Hey guys, it's Major Foley here, and we're doing North to York, the second level in the Norman campaign, and the second level overall for Age of Empires 4. Now, if you want to go straight to the gameplay, timestamp is in the description. Other than that, sorry that I didn't post the second or third video this week, guys. It actually is now Monday where I live. So to make up for that, I'm probably going to be doing 4 or 5 videos this week. I got distracted streaming Metro 2033, and some other real-life events. Anyway, well, we're going to get straight started with North to York, and we'll talk about the differences in difficulty here, as well as some differences in single-player versus multiplayer economy upgrades, because these are going to matter. Yeah, we'll just get started with the cutscene and the, here we go.
At the Battle of Hastings, the death of one man changed the course of history. The Anglo-Saxon King Harold was killed here, on England's south coast. His army defeated by William of Normandy. Anglo-Saxon rule was over forever. At Westminster Abbey on Christmas Day 1066, William was crowned the first Norman King of England. Now he had to secure power across the country. He began by stamping his mark on the landscape, building cathedrals and castles at strategic locations. Nothing like them had been seen in England before. They reminded the Anglo-Saxon population exactly who was in charge. But not all were content with living under Norman rule. Anglo-Saxon revolts broke out across the country. King William acted quickly to crush these rebellions. But there was one region where dissent was spiraling out of control: the north of England. In 1069, a group of lords from Northumbria formed an alliance with Viking invaders. Together, they approached Norman-held York, a large city with an important cathedral, still protected by ancient Roman walls. But the walls couldn't save York. The city and the castle fell to the rebels. William's new kingdom was under threat. He had to get the city back under Norman control. William had no choice but to order his men north. But as the Norman forces set off on their long march towards York, how much resistance from the rebels would they encounter?
North to York, 1069. Alright. Now, I mentioned that there'll be some economy upgrade differences. When we start researching them, I'll explain. So our main strategy with North to York is that we have to capture 2 cities before we take the York castle back, or pretty much destroy it. We're not going to attack from the front. We're going to actually go around to the rear of the enemy. And because I find it's easy to take out the reinforcing portion of their army at the castle, as opposed to waiting for them to come through the walls. I've always just found it easier to do that, because then you take out the spearmen and archers, instead of just dealing with archers at the end. So, road to York. Could make up its mind.
William the Conqueror marched north, with his army of Normans determined to take back the rebel-held city of York.
Alright, so we're going to set our control
But
groups
in
here.
his path stood rebel towns that harbored William's northern enemies.
So we're going to select William.
He would take the towns back by force.
Alright, so we're gonna. Our scouts aren't gonna be used for combat. Now, really, you can just attack and move here, and you'll take the village, no problem. And that's exactly what we're gonna do here. There's a sheep there. Ignore that scout. Wait for our army to get close together. Like, we don't really have to wait. And we're gonna activate the ability. Now, go. This way we just have all our units getting a bit of a buff. Have our archers go for those lone archers over there. Alright, the town is ours. And now we need to get 2 houses, 4 farms, and 5 on lumber.
Captured the town of Middlethorpe, establishing their presence in the north.
So what we're going to do is we're going to just start chopping down wood over here.
To his armies soon arriving, William would need more resources to supply them.
We actually do have some sheep we can use. Not that it really matters. English, they actually get better farm resources and also cheaper. So sheep doesn't really matter too much. So we're just going to build a mill here. But yeah, normally you'd use the sheep before farms, but we're playing English. I mean, it really doesn't matter what you do. So we already have 5 villages on wood at the moment, which is nice for us. We need to get 2 houses and, like I said, 4 additional farms. There is a small archer army over here, but we're just going to wait. We don't have to, we're in no hurry. So a thing that's nice to have is when you build a mill, if you go then to build farms and you hover over the mill, you can shift click on it and it'll go out between the outlines of the mill, so sort of like that, which is real good. Means you don't have to manually place them. So the reason we're waiting is once we complete these objectives, we will get reinforcements. So we don't need the reinforcements, but it helps a lot to take the second village, because we'll also have to defend from a third faction, the Danes. And the way we deal with them is that we either destroy them or we pay them off, and we're going to pay them off. Now, when you pay off the Danes in this level, we're just going to research wheelbarrows, sorry. So that'll increase our movement speed of our villages and let them carry 5 more resources. The thing about the Danes and paying them off is depending on the difficulty you play, it'll either cost more or it'll cost less. On easier difficulties, I've noticed, at least for easy, it costs 500 gold to pay them off. In the harder difficulty, or the hardest one, you'll have to pay them 1200. Now, you might say, screw that, it's 1200 gold I don't want to lose, and I'm just going to go destroy them or deal with the raids instead. It's just honestly easy to pay them off. The gold mines have like a total of 8,000 gold, and 1200 gold is nothing. You're better off just paying them off and being done with it. So let's build these farms. We don't really need these sheep. Like I said, we're not going to bother with them. So we are going to just continuously train villagers, and our main army is going to be archers and horsemen, with a few battering rams and men-at-arms mixed in. Because the militiamen, they're slow like men-at-arms, but they still have the weaknesses of spearmen, or archers more likely. You can just beat them with horsemen, really.
The Norman army was now well supplied by a town, but it would take a sustained effort to keep the army at full strength.
Alright, here comes our reinforcements. See? What's that? So, reset the control groups. And we're just going to wait for our horsemen to arrive, and then we're going to charge these archers.
Another rebel town, Fulford, stood in defiance to William's rule.
Let's build another set of mills. Berries, I wouldn't bother with berries as the English, unless you have no other, like, sheep or farms ready to go. Alright, so now with this army, we're going to go and hit these archers over here. Charge! 2 idlers, yep. So build one there. So yeah, that's our idle villager button over there, and you can hover over it to see how much you've got per population, economy, and military. So we're also going to build a closer wood camp. And once our army is all together, we are going to hit next town, Fulford. Now, you notice our line of sight's not really that huge, but scouts provide a massive amount. So you want to use scouts for, like, they are literally your line of sight unit. You want them in your army. Like, just one in your army is very handy to have. Alright, now we're going to attack the village, and we're going to get our gold supply. And just keep continuously training villagers. We might put some more on wood too while we're at it. So, we're going to attack from the right where there's an open wall. I'm going to use William's ability again. Just make sure the archers are attacking something. Because you got enough to one-shot pretty much every unit in this area. Alright, now bring your units up to the front over here, because they're going to be your defense now. And send these villagers to start mining gold. And now this town center is going to start getting gold.
William was one step closer to York.
Now, in a couple of minutes, the Danes will attack us, and we're going to hold off that raid. I would honestly just sell some wood. I didn't have to sell
Knowing
food.
he would face strong resistance in the city,
And then just take up with the council
prepared
hall.
to bolster his cavalry.
So we're going to build the council hall about here, which lets us train archers at twice the rate, so it's 100% construction speed. So instead of 15 seconds, it's around 7 seconds, which is real good if you want to just get a massive archers out quickly. So yeah, every unit, early unit, or aka trash unit as some people refer to them, so archers, spearmen, horsemen, they will require food and wood, and then your later game units like men-at-arms, knights, will require food and gold. Now, price differences do exist in campaign versus multiplayer. Last I checked. They're slight differences, they're not drastic. So like a horseman in the campaign will cost 100 food, 10 wood, but in multiplayer it'll cost 100 food, 20 wood. I think I messed it up, but 110 food in the campaign versus 100 food. And like, the costs are adjusted, and with more multiplayer patches coming in, the prices are different with every unit. Like even a scout is 60 food here, it's 70 food in multiplayer. So something to keep in mind. Now we're just going to save our gold, and we're going to sell some resources too, just to pay off the Danes quicker, so we don't have to worry about them. Now we're also going to build a blacksmith and the stable now, just so we can get this objective done and get our reinforcements quicker. And we're also going to build another set of farms. So I want to build, let's just build them here. And I'm just going to get 7 villages, including that one. And then just going to send more on wood. I'm going to get the double broad axe upgrade. Oh, we've got 3 more spaces here too, which is something we can do. So we'll get these upgrades now too. So we're going to get siege engineering so we can build our battering rams. We're only going to build a couple here, because I think if you build too many, the waypointing for the rams can be messed up, which is a little ridiculous and annoying, but it's something we have to deal with.
With their stables in place, the Normans could
Alright, here
add
come the
more
Danes.
cavalry to their
Oh no,
army.
yeah, there's the Danes right there. Danish Raider. So activate William's ability and go rush towards their enemy and kill him. Your reinforcements won't be there in time, so won't matter, but just bring
The
them up.
Norman army came under attack from a new enemy, the Danes.
You'll deal with them just fine. So we're going to bring 3 more villagers, deposit the wood, and finish these farms. We're going to get the horticulture upgrade. Now, I did mention that some economy upgrades were different in the campaign as opposed to multiplayer.
William's army
for this
held
message.
back the Danes' attack, but they threatened to return unless William paid them in gold.
Alright. So the differences. Your stone and mining upgrades are separate. They're more in multiplayer, they're the same upgrades, more streamlined. In the campaign as well, horticulture affects not just your farms, your berries, and your sheep. It also affects deer and boar harvesting rates, which doesn't work for boars and deers in multiplayer. And survival techniques, which lets you get more meat capacity. So, like, instead of like 15 from a deer with wheelbarrow, you get 35. Also affects sheep, which in multiplayer, it does not affect sheep. So, survival techniques is a bit stronger in campaign, especially for the Mongol civilization that can't use farms. But yeah, that's something I was testing out earlier this afternoon, and I was shocked that this worked with sheep, because it doesn't in multiplayer. Now, we've nearly got enough gold So we're just going to sell some, and we're going to tribute it, so we don't have to worry about the Danes anymore. So now the Danes won't attack us. And I'm going to have some archers here for defense, because the English will still attack us.
And was rid of their attacks.
Now, normally you would go along this road and deal with another army and then try to take York Castle, but going that way is, quite frankly, annoying. So we're going to go and attack them from the rear.
William's ultimate goal was within his grasp. All that remained was to enter York and destroy its keep.
Oh, there's an attack coming for us. For a defensive measure. So we're not going to actually attack with our horsemen because we don't want to lose them. And there was a bunch of spearmen there, so the rest of our army can take care of that. Now, we can only get melee defense and melee attack, so +1/+1 upgrades. So this will affect all our foot soldiers and our cavalry. So our archers will get melee armor, but they won't get melee attack, obviously. And, yeah, so unfortunately we can't get archer upgrades because we won't get the building for it. Whereas the enemy will. As you can see, they've got +1 for everything. +1/+1 for everything. So we're gonna upgrade our units here with William's ability. And you can see this bridge was not a great attack point for us, but it won't matter in the end too much. So now we're gonna actually bring a few villages up so we can build a forward base up here. And we're gonna keep building a few more archers here for defense. And we're gonna keep training a bit more cavalry here as well. We'll break through this eventually, it won't take too long. There's our reinforcements, or our other cavalry that I set back. Now there should be a gold mine we can take advantage of right there, which is good. And we're going to build our base here. Where's our villagers? They come. So we're going to build a few stables, a couple of archery ranges, and I don't think we need men-at-arms. I don't think we'll need them, so... but we might just in case. It's always a good thing to do. We're going to build a barracks back here so we can get an upgrade for it. Take care of them. We're just going to... So that upgrade I've just started researching lets our villagers cut down trees faster. And this is why we still have some defense back at base, because they will still send units to attack you. Now, I don't want to attack their walls just yet, even though we can. Actually, we might as well. We might as well pressure them. Keep training our units. Set your waypoints of your buildings forward. Have your archers just attack the units as they come to you. As you can see, you can actually burn down to the point where your walls will start and buildings will actually burn down themselves.
The Norman army poured into York and began sacking the town as they bore down on the keep.
Now burn down this tower. Just gonna clean this area up, because cleaning this area up lets our guys move a little easier. And we're gonna build a few battering rams here. Now, if you set too many to build a battering ram, they'll sometimes dance around it, like they're doing like some kind of rain dance or something. So just be careful what you do there. I don't know why our guys went ahead over there. But anyway, as you can see, this is our global build here. It shows what's currently building. So we're just cleaning this area up so our units can travel here more freely. And we're actually running a little low on wood, so I'm going to get more wood gatherers. Build another camp there. Alright, you guys can continue mining. We're not going to get men-at-arms. I don't think we're going to need them. We're just going to get archers and horsemen. Although we have plenty of gold, so we're just going to buy some wood. Men-at-arms would help here, but the horsemen and archers should be enough. Here they come. And we're going to send the battering rams forward. Now the battering rams are useful too because they can absorb the archer fire. They won't take any damage from archer because they've got like 8 ranged armor. And as you can see, they've got militia. Should be fine. Now, they will have some men-at-arms, and that will be bad against our, that'll be bad against our archers, because they'll have a lot of armor, and our archers will do, like, only 1 or 2 damage to them, which sucks, but nothing we can do about that. We'll combine them. We'll bring our archers forward so they stop attacking buildings. And this is where the reinforcement army essentially is, and that's why we're attacking through here. You can actually garrison your units into battering rams as well if you wanted to, if you wanted to avoid archer fire of some kind. So just burn down these buildings so you have easy access to the wall here. And have the archers attack any units coming close to you. You should be able to one-shot them by now. Want to keep reinforcing armor. You can shift-click to train units in groups, not groups, but you can train multiple units by shift-clicking. So if you want to do that, you can. And hit the walls. See, that's the small reinforcement army, but they can be a little annoying when you're attacking the front. Especially since the raids like to come from the front too. So that's why I like to hit from the rear. And then once you get through, have your battering rams hit the York Keep, and once it's down, you win. We're going to put our reinforcing point through here, so it's closer. Now, sometimes if you attack from the front as well, they'll bring villagers to burn down these battering rams, because villagers have the same siege as your hand infantry and your cavalry. They'll burn at a quicker rate. We're going to use our upgrade here. So here we go. They're bringing spearmen in. They'll also bring villagers to repair this, if you're not quick enough. But we've had more than enough to destroy them, so that's it. We win. Their raiding parties didn't come back in time.
The keep fell to the Norman army, and York was secured. The Northern Rebellion was over, and William the Conqueror was uncontested as King of England.
And that's North to York. So I am sorry that I only got 2 videos out technically this week. So I'll try to get 4 or 5 out this week to make up for it. And yeah. Remember guys, you can come watch me live at twitch.tv/MajorFoley. The link is in the description. You can also join my Discord where I usually alert people going live. Also in the description. If you want to ask me questions, I'll reply there quicker as opposed to YouTube. I don't usually stay logged into YouTube, hence why I don't usually reply to comments unless I'm uploading a video. So if you want to ask me something, quickest way to join the Discord and ask me there. Alright, on that note, that is pretty much it. I think starting from the next level, we can actually get the enemy will show up armory upgrades from the start. We'll be dealing with stone walls for the first time in the campaign. And, yeah. It's actually a pretty quick level. It's not too hard. We do have to build up a bit of a force, sort of like this one. But it's fairly straightforward. Till then, guys, I'll catch you later. And remember, you can like and subscribe for this video. It'll help me a bit. And you can also, if you don't want the notifications, you can always turn the bell icon off. If you want those notifications, you can always turn it on. Catch you later.